Wake up and smell the coffee, Mr. LaRusso.
Extreme situations require extreme measures.
Yo, we got the Cobra Kai Karate. Welcome back to a brand new video. Today we are talking about something that I think it needs to be talked about in the Cobra Kai community. And it started off as a joke on just, Instagram, TikTok, and whatnot. But now it's turned into something where there's just been a herd of a lot of people just trashing on the show. And I think we need to talk about why it's here and is it fair criticism. So what I'm really referring to is, people do not know, this all kind of started off as a joke, which I think most people have seen. Of basically, it started off with just Daniel glazing Miyagi, where there's a lot of clips of him always talking about him. And I think these are hilarious. I think all these clips are hilarious. And then after that, just starting to get to more stuff, just other moments from the show of just cringe or corny moments of just kind of making fun of it. And I think it's really funny. I mean, I have no problem with the clips because, yes, I think a lot of Cobra Kai fans will admit that, yes, the show is really corny. It is really cheesy at times. I think what the really problem is all the hate, the herd of hate has been getting from the people looking at this stuff. And it's just been just insane, and I never seen Cobra Kai get this amount of hate. There's ever been critics of the show, but never even close to this, and we're gonna explain why it's here. And I think, well, listen, let's just start with the jokes. The jokes are funny, we can all admit that. Now, are they a little bit overkill? Yes, because Daniel glazing Miyagi, I mean, you have to understand this guy was a father figure to him, and it's really important in the man he is today. So obviously I don't think that's not reasonable for him to act that way, but the jokes are just jokes. They're not necessarily serious. But from what I've heard of the people from hating this show, it's so corny. It's like a Darman episode. I can't believe people watch this. It really makes me think that I don't know if people that actually hating this have not actually seen the show. And I don't know who's exactly watching this. I'm sure a lot of people who love Cobra Kai is watching this, but there probably is a couple people watching this video who never heard of the show or never watched the show. Most people heard of the show, and they see all this stuff and they want to know what's the deal with it. Because I'm gonna be honest, if I was not a Cobra Kai fan and I just heard the premise of the show and I seen all these clips, I would say the exact same thing, maybe even worse. Because us Cobra Kai fans have to be realistic about this. The show premise is absolutely terrible. I mean, the outline of this is absolutely god awful. It's literally continuing a world these grown men in the tournament and these teenage gang wars, and then we have John Kreese escape out of prison to continue a karate tournament. It sounds ridiculous, but it works, and I think it literally pulled off the possible to make it work. Because let me say something, to the people that have seen the show and fully understand it, or the people who have not seen the show and they just see all the kind of hate and the trash of people joking on it, let me say this is how I see it, and this is how I think how the diehard fans see it. The show is not just about karate. I don't think that's even the objective of the show. The show does such a good, and I think it does the most out of any show I've ever seen in showing a gray area. It shows perspectives. It shows drama, and it's people being in the wrong place, the wrong time, and that affects this person. But then, that affects this person, and that'll affect that person, and now that'll affect that person. It's such an interesting show with the way they write characters and stories. It's a show I've never seen before. And yes, I'll admit, there definitely is corny moments. But a lot of people, when they see these corny moments kind of taken out of context, it makes it look really bad. It makes it look like the whole show. And even me, a lot of Cobra Kai fans that I talk to, when they see these clips, oh my gosh, was this show really like this? Was it that bad? Because here's the thing, when we see these moments, individually, without the context of them, it looks really bad. But when you're watching the episode and these moments happen, it doesn't seem kind of forced. It kind of just seems like it happens. But when the people take these clips and they kind of cut them up and make it look bad, sometimes they even add voiceovers on it. It makes it look so bad, and it paints such a bad picture of it, which partially of it is true, partially of it's not. Because let's be honest, I feel with the premise of how the show is built up, those moments kind of have to be there, and these moments are kind of taken out of context. And I feel people look at this show and they look at the moments and they think that's the whole show. It's really not. The show has done such an amazing thing, and I think, I'm not gonna say it's the greatest show of all time. It's my favorite show, but I don't think it's the greatest show of all time. But I think it is the most one of the most entertaining shows ever in human existence. The show it always leaves you off on a cliffhanger, always leads to a different thing. And yes, I've been really honest with this. In the newer season, I have not liked season 6 so far. I feel like they're doing way too much. But the first 5 seasons were nothing but amazing. And as far as entertainment, drama goes, acting goes, and it's not just, crazy fans who like, corny, cheesy shows. This show has been nominated for Emmys. It's won Emmys. It's been respected by the critics. And I know the critics don't really matter all that much, but I'm just saying, I feel like the hate this show is getting is just people seeing the corny moments and seeing all this stuff, and they trash on it. And if anyone has seen those, I recommend you watch the show before you. And I'm not gonna say you can't make fun of the show if you've not seen the show. I'm not gonna say I have the authority to tell you to do that. But I think it's a great recommendation because I think the show has done something really amazing. And if the show's not for you, then that's fine. Entertainment is all subjective. I just really think the hurt of hate this is getting, I feel like it is undeserved. I feel like the moments can be made fun of, but when people make fun of the whole entire show, I feel like it's undeserved. I feel like it's not fair to the show. Especially with all the great moments it's had, I feel like it's almost undeniable, at least from the way I look at it. Like I said, other people can look at it differently, that's fine, but I personally do not see how you could look at this show with how great dramatic moments it had, with the great writing, bringing back characters from 40 years ago, making it make sense, the intelligent story writing, everything from the amazing fight scenes, from the funny moments, the comedy, the action, the seriousness, and how they blend it together. It's just been amazing, and I think seeing this hate is almost hurtful to see it this way, but the jokes itself I think are amazing. I think they're really funny. I think just the hurt of hate's getting, and honestly, I hate to say this, but I feel like Cobra Kai's brought it onto itself, because the first 5 seasons, I never heard anyone really say that. There's definitely people saying that the show's corny, but most people love this show. It was by the audience and like the, people on the internet, they loved it. They never had anything bad to say about it, really. But now with season 6, because this season 6 and the first episode has gone so overboard, doing way too much, trying way too much, then now I feel like the criticism is actually fair. And I feel like if Cobra Kai season 6 part 2 does not pick up and they don't actually start making the story make sense, I feel like this is going to be the laughing stock of the year. And I hate to say that, but that's just the truth. Because if season 6 goes out sad, that's how all people remember. People only remember the cringe moments and this trend that's happening. If season 6 does not correct that, this is going to be the reputation of the show. And I hate to say it, but from what I saw from the people, that's just how it is. Us, we'll always love the show, and even if season 6 does suck, we'll always remember the good moments, and that doesn't really define the show. But from the trend that's going on right now, if they continue and they're not correct this in the later season, in the later episodes of the part, it is going to be the reputation of the show. Just how The Walking Dead reputation is being dragged out. Just how the Flash reputation is being a corny Flash show. People don't remember the good moments of those shows. They remember the bad moments because that's reputation. That's how they ended it. And that's the way it was perceived. And if Cobra Kai does not correct this, it starts putting some real good cinema back on the screen. That's going to be the reputation of the show no matter what they do. And I pray to God it's not, because I love the show. I don't want the show to be looked at that way. And if shows are looked at in a bad reputation, most people are not going to watch the show in later years. So we really need to get this back on track. So I really hope the creators, they have something in store for part 2, because it started off as just like a funny trend. It's turned something a lot more serious that I think a lot of people in the Cobra Kai community are realizing. And I just want to make a video explaining why it's here. It's here because really people take these clips out of context and they like to trash on the show, because the newer part in recent memory has been really corny and pretty bad. So that's why it's here. And if it does not get corrected, it's going to continue for the rest of the rest of the time, I guess. So yeah, I just want to make this video. Like I said, this video is kind of out of nowhere. I just been been seeing this all day, and this video is not planned. I just had to talk about this because I feel like every Cobra Kai fan has seen this, and they all feel a certain way about this. That the show is kind of being trashed on all over the internet. And like I said, I have no problem with the videos. I think they're hilarious because I trash on. You guys know me. If there's anyone who trashes on the corny moments to anyone, it's me. Because I hate them, but I love them at the same time. I think they're terrible. But that doesn't define the show. And I feel like those scenes have to be there for the show to hold its goofy goofy whole outline. So yeah. Because, think about it. If everything was all serious, like a Stone Cold face during, a Karate Wars, it wouldn't really make sense. So they kind of have to have these moments in there just to make it together. But that's not the whole show. The show has great drama moments. And yeah. All right, enough of all that yapping there. I don't want to keep yapping about this. I'm going to make this video. Let me know what you guys think about this. Do you guys think the criticism's fair? Do you guys think the jokes are funny? What do you think about this? Let me know in the comments down below. And I'll see you guys next time. Always remember, extreme choices are extreme measures. Peace.
Mommy,